We're going to have the record-setting heat for the next several days until about Sunday, and then things are going to start to change. So for now, light smoke, yes, it could be a lot worse. We've seen it a lot worse, but we still have the very thick smoke up towards the northern part of the state. It's a clean sweep of the radar across southern Colorado. We've got a front that is moving across the high plains of North Dakota. That is not so much going to affect our temperatures here across southern Colorado for the next several days. It's just going to really give us a slight cool down into the weekend. That's about it, though. Otherwise, most locations will stay dry and warm. Hurricane Delta is Category 4 hurricane, packing winds at 145 miles per hour, set to enter the Gulf Coast overnight tonight, or the Gulf of Mexico, rather. This will be likely the 10th storm of the Atlantic hurricane season that will make landfall in the Gulf of Mexico region. So that's fairly unprecedented in terms of the frequency of storms. But you look kind of underneath the storm right now, and you can kind of see where those winds are all onshore winds towards parts of the northern Yucatan Peninsula, spinning things around and kind of showing you where that area of low pressure is just east of Cuba, about 250 miles east of Cuba, as a matter of fact, and booking it forward speed at about 20 miles per hour. So it is going to impact Cancun tonight, then reorganize into the Gulf, really into Thursday and Friday. Cone of uncertainty has that tracking up towards the Sabine River, the bayous of Louisiana, possibly back across parts of eastern Louisiana by the latter portion of the week heading into the weekend. So some of those locations are already reeling from some of the previous storms we've had so far this season. It won't impact our weather here, of course, in terms of really streaming in any moisture, but that high pressure is finally going to move out of the region into the weekend time frame. We'll have still several days of very nice and dry conditions, but unseasonably warm. Our next storm moving just south of the Gulf of Alaska into Thursday, and will swing ashore really into the weekend time frame, arriving here mainly into Sunday and Monday of next week. So for now, it's still going to be, well, kind of much the same here. Wednesday, high temperatures in the 80s and 90s across southern Colorado, 77 in the San Luis Valley. If you're joining us in Woodland Park, it's kind of a repeat forecast tomorrow of what we had out there today. Temperatures about 76 degrees in Woodland Park, 85 in Colorado Springs, 80s to low 90s across Highway 50, 76 there in Westcliff. Parts of the Wet Mountains will be in the 70s and 80s as well. Overnight tonight, smoke will not be quite as problematic, so if you want to sleep with those windows open tonight, certainly feel free to do so. Most of the heavier smoke stays up towards Denver and northern Colorado. However, those northerly winds start to kick in tomorrow afternoon, and the east winds will start to push a lot of that moderate smoke back across the Pikes Peak region after about 4 o'clock on Wednesday. Again, it's going to make for moderate air quality, so not too much in the way of big fluctuations there with the wildfire smoke here for us locally, but you'll notice a difference tomorrow afternoon. Thursday, high temperatures in the 80s and 90s. You can notice here not much change over the next several days. The 7-day forecast reflects the change, though, with falling temperatures through the weekend, primarily into Sunday. Percentage for precipitation is not overly promising right now. It is looking like we're not going to have quite as much moisture to work with, but we're still a ways out, so the confidence is just not quite there just yet. But certainly going to expect the cool down heading into Sunday and Monday of next week, where temperatures will struggle as making out of the 50s and 60s for highs on Monday. Average this time of year, especially for Colorado Springs, is about 66 degrees. So unseasonably warm until then, and then finally getting a nice little cool down latter portion of the weekend and heading into early next week. Back to you guys.
Can't come soon enough. Mary, thanks. New data from Zillow shows the number of home listings in Colorado Springs is dropping. That's keeping the home prices high.